Hey everybody, welcome back to RAS Reviews. Excited because it's that time. It's Battle Box time. Look at the size of that box. This is going to be a good one. Let's dive in and see what we got. So if you're not familiar with Battle Box, it is a subscription box service, usually for camping / outdoor type of gear. They have 4 different tiers. You got a basic box, a advanced box, a pro box, and a pro plus box. Now, whatever tier that you subscribe to, you get that tier and everything below it. So today we'll be taking a look at the Pro Plus box. So, like I said, this is mission 124, Adventure Delivered. This theme is Feast or Famine. So let's go ahead and see what we get. All right, starting off with the basic box, we have Honey Badger's Bee Farm Cowboy Coffee. Let's go ahead and give that a taste. That is delicious. They have taken 2 amazing things and married them together. Wow. So again, that's Honey Badger's Bee Farm Cowboy Coffee. It's coffee infused honey. 1 serving is 1 tablespoon. That's 60 calories, no fat, no sodium, 17 grams of carbs, 16 grams of sugar, and no protein. Man, I could eat that all day long. That is good. Okay, next we have the Speed Hook Emergency Fishing and Hunting Kit. Alright, and that is this whiffer dealy here. So this is something that you would use for like passive fishing. Get some dehydrated worms and a tensioning tool there. And this is the deal itself. So, okay, so we have a hook here. Try to get out of the way here. We have a hook here. This you would tie off to a tree. And then what happens is you take this little ring that's here by the swivel. You'll bend it over and so it sits like this on your bait, and then you can do this without losing a finger. When a fish takes a hold of that, we put it together wrong. Hold on. All right, there we go. Now it's not all twisted up. So we have our spring tight. Our bait goes on this hook, and when the fish bites it, that trap releases, therefore setting the hook. So very, very nice, very, very useful. Okay, so that is a super beneficial tool, a good way to set up passive fishing at a camp, or if you're in a survival situation. Like I said, it comes with these dehydrated worms, so you can rehydrate those worms. You just soak them in water, stick them on the hook, and hopefully catch you some dinner. So very, very useful. All right, next we have the UCO Switch Spork. So in all my bags, even my daily carry bag, I always keep silverware or plasticware, some type of utensil for eating, just cause. Okay, so it comes with this little strap to help tie it together, and what you have is a spoon, and then this will separate, and you have a fork, and you have yourself a knife, you can turn it this way, and then you can have a longer spoon in case you're eating out of something that's a little bit of a deeper crevice. And then it just snaps back together for easy storage. So that'll definitely go in one of the E&E bags. Next we have the ReadyWise Country Style Chicken Pot Pie. And there we go. Now this thing comes with biscuits and everything. So if you are ever in the military or are familiar with hiking, this is nothing more than a meal ready to eat, or what we would call in the military an MRE. You just tear the notch at the top, add 1 1/4 cups of boiling water, seal it up, let it sit there for 10 minutes, and then you pop it out and eat it. So this is a 2-serving pouch, and that gives each serving 450 calories, 30 grams of fat, 130 milligrams of cholesterol, 720 milligrams of sodium, 27 grams of carbs, 2 grams of dietary fibers, 3 grams of sugars, 15 grams of protein, a little bit of vitamin D, 0.1, some calcium, some iron, and some potassium. So to me, you can never have enough of these. I keep this in my storm preparedness stuff at the house. And if I had to eat it, I would just grab one and go. So definitely a winner. Okay, so that was everything in the basic. We had this wonderful coffee honey, cowboy coffee. We had the fish snare, the utensils, and the MRE. Okay, next we have an advanced box. First we have the UST Flexware Sink. Alright, so this is basically a collapsible pail, and it has handles. So that's good. Let's see how many gallons. Holds up to 4.2 gallons. The overall dimensions is 18 inches by 13.5 by 7.25. So you get a good sized bucket that collapses down to next to nothing. And that was the UST Flexware Sink 2.0. Okay, next we have the UST 30-Day Duro 1000 LED lantern. Alright, so you have a lantern that will hang from the top to carry, or it has a hanging hook underneath. This is supposed to run on low for 30 days, constant. It takes 3 D-cell batteries. I'll have to grab some of those so we can see the lights. Okay, I'll tell you this much. This battery cover is smarter than I am. It even has, hold thumb here, align arrows to close. Ah, there we go. All right, all that for me to go get batteries. Be right back. Okay, got us some batteries. So let me fight with this again. All right, so we'll mash it once. Okay, that's a strobe. Okay, so it is not supposed to strobe like that. If that bothered you, I do apologize. It's not supposed to. So I'll give you a warning now. I'm going to turn it back on again, which means it's probably going to strobe. But that's your high, medium, low. Then this is supposed to act like a candle light, so that would flicker. And then if you press and hold, it'll go into SOS mode. So, great concept. Just too bad that thing flashes like that. But one thing I can say about BattleBox is their customer service is amazing. So I'll shoot them a message. They'll give me some troubleshooting or do whatever's necessary to make sure that I, as their customer, am taken care of. So I'm here to tell you that if you shop for companies based off of their customer service, for me, there's never been anybody better than BattleBox. And after I reach out to them, I'll put down in the comments what the results were, just to show about their customer service. Okay, so that was it in the advanced box. Now in the pro box, we get a vacuum sealer. So nice sized vacuum sealer there. Comes with a pack of bags. A power cord and attachment to like do cans. So there's a few things that I do with our vacuum sealer. Number one, obviously, is store food or store leftovers. You know, if I keep a fire making kit inside a vacuum sealed bag to keep with my emergency bags, just so that way I can always guarantee that there's going to be something dry. You could also put like one set of clothes and vacuum seal it, so you know, whether on the boat or in your camping gear or something, so you always have at least one dry pair of clothes. Socks at a minimum. But yeah, definitely plenty to do with a vacuum sealer. And in the Pro Plus, we get the Ruck and River Coosa knife set and plus roll. This is by Dead Fish Company. All right, so that is the roll there. Has a couple clips. This is that nice fabric, that waxy canvas. Okay, up here we have a zippered pouch for storing whatever you'd like to store in there. And then the knives themselves. Starting at the top, we've got a knife sharpener, and that's got both steel and ceramic in it. And this, oh, that's a nice rubberized, grippy little handle there. All right, next we have this curved blade. Again, same handle, very nice handle. All right, next we have kind of like a curved fillet knife. Super sharp ends on those. And now more of a straight fillet knife. And I would say this is kind of the equivalent of a nice size chef's knife. It's got the dippled blade, so that way stuff doesn't stick to it. And again, super sharp. So that leaves you with 2 additional slots that you could fill with whatever knives you would like. And then it folds up nice and small. So super nice knife set there. We'll definitely get some use out of that. All right, that's going to do it for this box. I'll put the prices around on the screen so that way you can see probably over here how much it MSRP's for versus how much the box are. I'll put a link to BattleBox down in the description so you can check and see what the prices are versus me telling you and the prices change. I'm going to reach out to them about this lantern, see if we can't get that figured out. But if you have any questions about anything that's in that box, if there's anything that you find very useful or not a big fan of, put that down in the comment section below so we can see that. If you have any questions about anything, just put that down there. Also, I'll answer it to the best of my ability. And as usual, if there's anything you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, please reach out and let me know. And I'll try to get my hands on it to do that review for you. Other than that, that's going to do it for us. We'll see you next time. Bye.